Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Air Hauler with me, Herd 37. So we are still in the DC-8. I flew it again yesterday. I actually flew the same route yesterday, and ended up actually kind of learning a lot from that plane, or about the plane. And I figured some stuff out. Still curious, can't figure some other things out, but I did it much better. I'm pretty happy with that, and so we're going to try another flight with it. And this is going to be Albuquerque to Birmingham. And I actually bought another DC-8. It's from Beta Cargo. So we're going to give that one a whirl. There we go, Beta Cargo. Go ahead and move on over there. You can see about 986 miles. So we'll have to add some fuel to it. Thing is, I don't like having a little bit of fuel because then the tanks run dry. And I don't, like I said, I don't know how to freaking really set that up. So I'm gonna put it right there. That's 800 extra miles or so, and well, we don't even use that much. I don't know. I'll put it right there. We'll go with that. All right, gonna do a day flight. I'll have to pick exactly where we're gonna go. I was going to put it in the heavy. I'm not sure if we should really be heavy or large. I'm not sure about the airframe. Alright, but we'll put it right there. That'll give us plenty of room. And we'll go ahead and move on over to the plane. Alright, everybody. Here we are on the plane. Let's take a look outside. There's the Beta Cargo. That plane is in the building. Not a bad looking plane. I was trying to choose between that and Atlas Cargo. Both of them were pretty good looking, but I went with the Beta Cargo. It's the DC-8's, what, 73 freighter? Is that one in the building too? Odd. Hope there's not a terrain issue. I think we've had terrain issues here before. I think it all looks pretty good. Yeah, I think we're pretty good. Alright. I learned a few things. Park brake is over here. Wish I would have known that. And one reason I couldn't find the heading is over here. It's at the back pedestal. Kind of crappy for sim. I guess if you're a pilot, you just reach over there. It's kind of crappy for us, but bring up shift 2. And we can't actually move it. And I figured the nav thing is odd because what it really does, you'll see it, like, it moves the heading on its own and then follows the heading, is what it basically does. That's what it looks like to me. So that was very odd. I still can't get it to really follow the pitch. I'll have to work on that some more. So I do some of that manually, really. I still can't get it to start up on my own. I've followed through the manual and everything, and still, she doesn't want to start up for me. Like, put this on external power, and that pulls up the cart. Truck and a cart. Alright, this needs to be to the top. That's to the top, that's to the bottom. Top, bottom, bottom, mid. That is proper to start it. Once you start up, you're supposed to do your configuration. I honestly have no idea how. That's one of my problems with a plane like this. I don't understand fuel systems, so I have to work on that. I was able to get pressure in this, but even with the manifold pressure, I had pressure, and I just could not get it to start up. So we'll actually do Control E here in a second. First, let's turn on beacon. Make sure it's not a 3-way switch. I think that's really all we have to do to get this thing started. I'm going to hit Control E. There we go. I've updated my stuff, finally. Oh, and another one. The nav, the way you switch it over is by hitting one of these. That switches that line, I think, and that switches that. I wish I would have just clicked that. I thought about it, but I didn't do it. Alright, we need to go over to data, flight plans. For KABQ. Uh-oh. That is not case. Oh, you know what? I didn't move it over. I'm gonna go, actually, move it over real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Now we'll go over here. Hopefully it automatically comes in there now. KABQ, KBHM. I'm not sure if I even mentioned it was going to Birmingham. Departures and arrivals. Check my flight plan here. We are taking off on runway 8. And our SID will be GRZZZ3, transition TCC. And we'll be landing on ILS runway 24. No, there's no star or anything. Actually, I'd kind of like to see what is the end here. Alright. ILS 24. Alright, now we can check that actually. Karen, I don't think there was any of those transitions. TGG, Bug, and Hookes. I didn't see any of them. Well, there's a train. Buzz, was that not in there? Let me check this out. Buzz. Alright. Now let's go over to legs, see if that discontinuity is in there. Nope. Alright, so that looks pretty good. Where is our... here we go. Performance initialization. Reserves, use 10%. Cruise altitude, let's go up to 33,000. And that's really all there is. It's not a full FMC, obviously. Alright, let's go over here. Move that over to the battery. Hitting 4. That's all I'm gonna really mess with. Over here, see some of these tanks, I don't understand what to do. I wish I did. It's like some of these tanks are at 0. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I mess with the crossfeeds. So if I mess with this crossfeed, but that it fills the tank. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. Maybe I can find some videos and stuff that kind of explain this stuff better. Pitot heat, seatbelts, no smoking. Don't really care about that. That's armed. Our altitude. I really don't like this thing right here. This takes forever to set, it seems like. $31, then let it stop. Oh, come on. I really dislike that. No! Don't want when you keep making huge jumps. It's just the altitude reminder. Don't really need it, but I guess we should probably set it. Wish there was a better way to do it. It's kind of annoying. Reset my altimeter while I'm at it. Should be skipping it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and leave. Y'all don't want to see that. Anti-skid is armed. Alright, I'm not sure if we can even see that. Move that away. Alright, so taking off runway 8, so looks like this looks like it's right in front of us, probably on the other side of that building. That's what I'm guessing. Or is it behind us? No, that thing's gonna move, isn't it? As soon as the plane moves, it's gonna move. There's runway 8. Alright. Parking brake comes off. We'll go ahead and push back. It's behind us. Thought it was going to be on the... It looked like the plane was... Like the runway's on the other side of the plane, but it's not. Hopefully this flight goes much smoother. It should. Let's turn the autopilot servos on. It's weird that those jetways are like inside the building. That guy's, I guess, to the side of the building now, it kind of looks like. Look at that frame rate. It feels like, man, this on stock scenery, and that's all we're getting. This plane is bad. On the frame rate. I thought about going to Seattle. We have scenery for that, but damn, I'm glad I didn't. Because this is stock scenery, it's already bad enough. Alright, so we still have to push back. Turn on my taxi lights. Alright. Go ahead and get over here to the runway. Put the flaps out to 18. I try and keep from having the engines like last time spool up and down real crazy, but no guarantees. It's just kind of how this plane is. You know, a little more. Yeah, you just move the throttle just a little bit on the joystick and it's really just a little too hard. Okay, so we'll taxi all the way down here. It's already up to 15 miles an hour. Gotta get off the thrust, slow her down a little bit. I should be right on it, right? Yeah. My way I set my view. Oh, so we're already at 5,300 on the altitude. Man, just a little bit of thrust does it. Alright. Hit the brakes. Now I gotta get back on it. Alright. Seems like I'm way over to the left, is it not? I am on that one. Alright, that seems better. That was really odd how it felt so far over there. Actually to the left of it. Alright, so it seems like the view must be a little different if I was over to the left. Alright, anyway. Don't mess with that. Strobe comes on. Landing lights come on. We'll put these in land as well. I think everything else is pretty good. It's de-icing. Alright, so we should be pretty good. I guess we could move our heading to line up with the runway. Maybe the other way around. Try to do like 080. I'm not sure of the exact heading of the runway. So put 080. Alright, we can get rid of that. I don't see anybody here in Albuquerque. Let's go ahead and get on the runway. Didn't mean to get on it that much. There's another one that looked like Southwest. I've seen a lot of Southwest lately. There's another one that must be big here in Albuquerque. Saw a bunch of US Airways in Charlotte. So we're gonna have to wait on him. Because we don't use ATC, so he has no idea about us. Jiminy Christmas. Sorry, but I'm new to this plane, so I have to check my views. It just doesn't seem right. Odd. Alright, well, we are clear now. Let's go ahead and get going. I'm gonna have a tough time lighting this thing up. It's weird because my views, I thought yesterday we were to the right of that, this, but apparently not. 140, 150, clear to go ahead and rotate. Alright, positive rate, gear up. Turn the flight director on. Now this thing also said to move that to 16 degrees before you take off. I didn't do that. I'm not sure if it's 16 on every flight or if it was just a tutorial flight. I didn't do the tutorial flight, I just simply did that same flight again. Alright, we need to head out to the left. I'm doing it in a hurry so we don't retracting the flaps, we get up to speed so quick. Go back on the thrust just a little bit. I'll pull back on the thrust more because we're climbing it over, goes about 5,000 feet a minute. We're supposed to really be around 2,000, 2,500. So there's 3,000 just above it. Alright, there's 2,000. We need to bring our nose back up a little bit now. Too much. Trying to keep her steady there at 2,000. I'm going to speed back just a little bit. I'm going to get too fast. Technically, we're already at 254. Servo's on. Ox, I'm gonna try. I can't get this to work, but I'll try it again. 2,200. It probably will not hold it. I'm almost positive. Hopefully it does. Turn that to aux nav. See, it moves the heading, and that's what it really follows. And so see here, it is going over. It's actually holding it right at 2,200. It's pretty nice. We can actually go ahead and speed up. We're already at 12,000 feet. Started out at 5,000, so we're a little behind the time here. Didn't need to do the wing floodlight either. It's alright. Like I say, sometimes it's hard to get this to hold. Hopefully she works here. Let's increase the thrust. Like I said, we're over 10,000 feet. That always greatly affects that. Sometimes it comes back, sometimes it doesn't. I had a little bit of a hard time getting it to hold, even while we were cruising. It would do a fairly good job and move. It would, I think we had it at like 33,000. It would go a little over, and then it would come back a little under. A couple times it got out of hand where I had to move it a lot more. Take control of it. See, like now it's going all the way up to 3,000. We're to get off the altitude a little bit, and so I'd take over and try and calm it back down, get it back to the altitude, using this and my joystick on that. These should, by the way, I just remembered that, those should technically be over there. Obviously, it doesn't really affect it. Just flight planes aren't the most realistic in the world, obviously. But see, it's come back to 2,200. Yesterday, I couldn't even get it to do that, so I'm really happy that's working. And there it goes, as you can see, back up to 3,000. She doesn't hold that well. I'm really surprised that, I mean, we're climbing at 288 already? And climbing at 3,000? I mean, I know we're really light because we don't have much fuel or anything, but dang. I wish I knew the fuel tanks and we could keep those evened out like you're supposed to, but like I said, that stuff really confuses me. I don't know enough about it. By the way, at the when we approached the airport, I always last time I had to use the heading and bring us around, line us up with the airport, and then I'd try to use the ILS. I had to do that last night because we're not coming straight in. We weren't coming straight in at Skoda either, and here at Birmingham we also will not be coming straight in. Right, we need to set this to 2992. There we go, 2992, 18,000 feet. Now see, we're climbing over 3,000 feet. It just does not hold it very well. Vertical speed I got set to what, 2,200? Yeah, it doesn't do a good job. It's just so odd that it moves the heading as it follows it. So that was really throwing me off because you could see how that line pops up, and that was really confusing the hell out of me. And I was trying to use this to do the heading, or to get it to turn. That's not what I wanted to do. Sounds like we just lost an engine, doesn't it? We didn't. Man, it sure sounded like it. That scared the hell out of me. I was like, no, I'm gonna have to mess with the fuel, and that's something I really don't want to do. God, I wish I knew how to use that stuff. We need to put in a little more thrust. Our speed is falling as, she's not holding. She's going up even more. I'd like to get it up to 33,000 before I do 4X. Try and get her settled in. And I'm worried about messing with this because sometimes when you mess with it, the damn engine shut off. That's what kept happening on the TriStar. Tank 1 is 1 to 2, 2 to 1, main 2. So this tank is empty, but does this go to both tanks? And so it's feeding off of that one. This one's empty. This one, that one's empty, but it's also feeding off of this one. That's where it's getting its fuel. Correct me if I'm wrong. See, those are both empty. This is engine 3. So it gets its fuel from this tank. We can also get it from the crossfeed. We can also get it from this one, which is empty. See, that's why I don't understand why those are closed. This one is getting it from this tank, which is empty, and it's also getting it from that tank, I guess. So I guess if you open up the crossfeeds, those empty tanks will get fuel into them? That's what I'm guessing. I don't know. Alright, gonna increase the thrust a lot. It's back to 2200, but I don't think it's holding it. I think it's just because where I mess with the trim, it's back. Got a little less than 4,000 feet to go. And then, 4 exit. Sometimes I'll have to slow it down when I have to mess with the trim myself. You can check this as well. It's what, a little after 1400? It shouldn't be. Progress. So we'll have plenty of fuel. I actually have less than I figured. 2016, 2025, so a little over 3 hours. How far is that first waypoint? At 29 to go, 2025, so less than 3 hours. Alright, we're at 31,000. I'm going to start pitching this down a little bit. Our speed is down to 224. Oh, see, I did it too much. I did it too much. No, don't. Yeah, see, we're 1,000 away. See, I don't know what to do when it moves it back. Let's see what happens when I hit that. I bet nothing. So I didn't want to come back. I want to go blazing through there. She'll come back down. Will she hold it? Now here she started to come back down, but now she's popping back up. Let's see. Let's see what it does. So can I hold it right there at 33,100? If it does, I won't mess with it, because that's close enough. Start messing around with it, and we're gonna have problems. I don't know if we use pitch hold or not. You see, it's trying to keep it around there. It's going to come back down to 33,000. You see it moving by its own. That's why I'm not going to switch it. See if she doesn't get a little bit closer. And we're really balls to wall on the thrust, so we're not quite 100%. We still can't get it really above 280. Alright, but I'll go ahead and hit it up to 4x. I'll just keep an eye on that. If we get too low, I'll hit it normal and try and get it figured back out. But be back in just a little bit. Alright, everybody, just slow it down here. We are above the glide slope. Needed to be at 16,000 at that waypoint. We're a little high. Now for that, you can see the glide slope right here is below us. So that's a bit of a worrisome thing. Well, actually not really, because as you can see, we're finally coming back up on it. I was descending a little too slow. I didn't want to get... we started descending a little late, slightly. And I thought, oh, we don't need to descend that much quicker, and we actually did. As you can see, right there we'll be in the middle. See if we can try and capture it there. And we're going to be landing on runway 24. You can't quite see the flight plan there. So just a little bit quicker. Come on. Drop my speed a little bit too, that'll help. And she's just taking her sweet time getting down like that. Rather annoying. Let's go ahead and look at the map as well. Let's go ahead and get our ILS frequency. Right, runway 24, you can see it's basically 10,000 feet. 237, and it's 109.5. 109.5. There we go. 109.5. Of course, was 237. You can see how it just got carried away like that. Now we're actually below the glide slope. Trying to trim it down a little bit so it doesn't go too far past it. We're right on it right now. We'll just stay there, and it won't. Course. I can't remember where the course is. 237. I don't know if it'll tell me what it says. Course. Okay, we can move that one that way. Our speed is down to 237. It kind of switches like that. It scares me when it slows down like that. Although that, I believe, is the ILS. Okay, so coming up here at Buzz, we need to be at 8,000 feet. Then it'll be, what, 8,000? And 3,300, 2,700. It looks like we can come straight in, so maybe we... It's going to be one hell of a turn, though. Ah, that's what sucks. So we're going to have to figure out how we're going to do that turn. A little more throttle here, we're getting a little slow. Our descent. Pitch it back down. I don't want to get too fast. I just wish this thing could hold, and it really can't. Man, that turn is going to be quite tough. So maybe we should take control and use the heading and come out and around. That turn is just ridiculous. I mean, you can't make that turn. And then you got to get lined. You got to come back and around and get lined up. We'll move this to heading. Heading select. Daggone vertical speed. Get back up. God, that thing. We're we're below 10,000 feet, so we're not supposed to be doing 250. Oh, and now we're ascending. Come on. Oh, come on. Work with me. Alright, so we need to be 8,000, so we're a little high. That's alright. And so that's spat. Spat, we want to come around and hit 3,300, I do believe. Yes, 3,300. We're above. We don't want to be above, though. Alright. Come on, vertical speed. Thing is, gets ridiculous. That's why I just want it to be able to hold. That's the thing that, you see, that never moves, and I hate that as well. It might move when we're locked on. To the glide slope. So 3,300 at spat. It's about 4,000 feet. Isn't that us right there? Yes, that is in fact us right there. We'll be coming around here. Oh, see, it actually moved. Instead, the glide slope is below us. It's the first time I've seen that one move. Vertical speed changing itself again. I don't see, why does it all of a sudden want to pitch itself up? I completely don't understand why it did that without any input whatsoever. What is our range here? 20? Yes. Okay, so that's 20 in the arc. Watch out, Virgils. Still got 3,000 feet, and that's where we want to be 3,300 when we come back around. So we don't want to. I don't know if this is good or bad. Our vertical speed is starting to drop again. Pull it back up. Oh, and that's so nice. That wind just kicked in. Got us going way quick. We're actually going to be landing with the wind. That's unfortunate. When I made the flight plan, where it was actually a crosswind, and it changed. Imagine that. Alright, it's got 2,000 feet. It's a spat. 223, 222. Still dropping and dropping and dropping. With a little thrust. Sorry this is taking a while, but it's how I gotta do it in this plane. It's weird that my view is kind of odd. I messed up with the, thought I had it. Thought I knew exactly how we needed to be lined up. Thought it was just over onto this side. But apparently not. See, it says the glide slope is on it again. I don't get that. 1,300 feet. And I moved back that back down to 0, and it seemed like as soon as I did that, we were able to cruise along correctly. The altitude didn't go up and down because I periodically had to trim it and turn that off and on. And it seemed like once I moved that back down to 0, it kind of steadied out a little bit. So maybe that's one of the things that I need to start doing. All right, so now the glide slope is above us. probably pretty much now, you know, make our... Probably level out, to be quite honest. That way we're not below the glide slope. So if we can't get it to level out. Come on. Level out right there. See if she will. Probably not. It's actually ascending now. That's nice. It kind of worries me about the fact that the glide slope is that we're so far under it. I don't like that because it's harder to line up, obviously. Because we have to get further to the runway for it to line up. Make our turn. She's gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna have to use the trim to keep it up. So it wants to lose altitude when you turn, obviously. This plane is really bad about that, too. It's really noticeable in this plane. Yeah, I'd rather climb a little bit since the glide slope is above this anyway. Better do that than lose altitude. I don't mind climbing just a little bit, actually. Wow, it got dark. Now the nose is really coming up, isn't she? That should bring us straight towards the runway. Switch that to ILS. So that should... I don't know if you have to move this. Yesterday I moved it into nav aux. I don't know if you need to move that to nav manual or what. Remember, I do know we need to slow down. I think moving this may have messed it up. Autopilot off. I don't know if I probably should have moved that heading, or if the plane just needed to move over to line up. I don't know what just happened. Dropping the gear. Just the flaps out. Oh, don't do that. Okay, I do not see the runway at all. Should be 20 miles out. That's 10. So we're actually a little bit further out than I thought. Let me see what happens if cycle this back off and on. See if she lines up now, because it does need to come out to the right a little bit and to turn around. See that the glide slope is coming down. And we're climbing like crazy for some reason. We obviously don't have the freaking glide slope. You see our runway right here. Now we're gonna send way too quick. I'm trying to get that back. Come on. Bringing more flaps out. Let's see if she turns toward the runway. She is. Alright, glide slope is just below us, so it's not too bad. I really thought things were going to get away from me for a little bit. I'm mostly worried about that, but it seems like we've calmed down now. She was diving down, that was really worrying me, because I thought I was going to have to get rid of the autopilot again. She worked herself out. Alright, we're right on the glide slope. Nice deal. Flaps out. We'll get our speed down. I'm not too sure. Maybe 150, 140, and try and bring it in. So I'll increase a little bit. We got our. I guess we got our gear out a little too early. We got more flaps. We have one or two more to go. Alright, slightly below the glide slope, that's alright. Just a tad more throttle. More gear. Or flaps. Sorry. More gear. Alright, flaps are at full. Full flaps. Speed's dropping a little too much. Trying to get it to 140. Sounds like the thrust is increasing a lot, but we've only moved 1 knot. Luckily, we're not falling out of the sky, so it can't be that off. Speed's coming up now. Slightly off the thrust just a little bit. We're about ready to take control. Alright, plane is mine. Slightly high, now back on the glide slope. Feels like we're off to the right a little bit. Wind should be bringing us left. Getting a little low. Ooh, I don't know if that was good or bad. Couldn't tell if we hopped it a little bit or not. Hell, compared to yesterday, I'll take that anytime. Didn't mean to get stopped so quick. Man, you talk about stopping quick. I guess it's because we land so slow. Not sure exactly where we should go. There's gates over here, but there's a plane over there. Technically, I think we should be over there, to be quite honest. That's where we'll go. I won't mess with the ground. Hey, compared to yesterday, I'll take that. I mean, that wasn't half bad, you gotta admit. Especially compared to yesterday, my god. Alright, come on, plane. Retract these flaps while we're at it. This turn is going to be a little weird. I can't see the line, and I think this is really designed to be used coming from the other way. It looked like it was angled, yeah. It's not straight across. Alright, we need to stop real quick and get our lights configured and get our strobe off. It's kind of cool that there's a plane over here at Birmingham. I mean, it's not a big airport, so see traffic here is kind of cool. Alright, stop right here. Let's retract our landing lights. It goes to taxi. Is that all the way? Alright, yes it is. Strobe, you come off. That's configured. Stop the recorder. Alright. Well, I feel pretty good about that. I gotta say, I feel pretty good about that. That landing. I feel like I really redeemed myself. I'd like to see if we hopped it or not. I couldn't really tell. I wasn't really sure about the speed either. But you know, we gotta get used to the plane. You saw what I did with the 777. Really annoying myself. So, the second flight going like that, I thought that plane was going to the runway. The second landing going like that, I feel pretty good, especially after the first one was so bad. I thought I saw parking spaces down here. Hope I didn't make a bad choice. Birmingham, although someone will probably be flying this out. I don't know. There's another job here, but I can't remember when it expires. I think there is one here. I moved someone, had to take that first plane over to Milwaukee. There was a good flight there. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get to it either. We got a structure in our way. I could have sworn I saw parking spaces. That's why I came over here. Well, we'll park anyway. We can bring the cargo trucks to us. I guess I should have gone to the gates, but we're a cargo plane. That's why I don't like to go into the gates. I guess it's just a big old parking space. Not sure if this is a parking lot for cars. It can't be. We're a big DC-8. I do like the looks of the DC-8 as well. I like those four-engine aircraft. I also like the tri-jets, obviously. Are we coming in straight? There we go. Don't want to come in all angled either. No problems with the fuel. That's pretty sweet. That L-1011 TriStar. That's what worries me, is that fuel. If I could get that fuel figured out, I could probably fly that plane again. I know you all want to see it, and I want to fly it. So if I can ever figure that out, I have to reinstall it. I got so mad at it, I uninstalled it. I was like, get off of my computer, you stupid thing. Alright, there we are. Let's put on our parking brake. We're on generator. Well, we don't have to worry about that. I'm going to shut off all the engines anyway. I think those are in taxi light position now. Is it off? Okay, that is off. Beacon is still on, and we want it to be on. I'm going to go over here to external power. Alright. Cut the fuel. I can't see the switches very well. Move up a little bit. There they are. I thought this plane had an APU, but apparently it does not. Alright, we'll turn that off. We can turn off our beacon now. Pitot heat. Alright, let's go on over to Air Hauler and get paid. Alright, we'll go ahead and unload her. Yeah, we had plenty of fuel left. It was kind of close. Wasn't that just about what it should be? I thought we put in for 1,500 and had 900 to go, so that would be around about correct. I was going to redo the config file, but I think the freighter is actually pretty close. I think it's just, it lists our cargo capacity is so low because we can carry so much fuel. That's why the difference between the empty weight and useful cargo or whatever is so close, because we can carry so much fuel. So we can overload it when it's us, but when someone else is flying, we actually can't. That other plane should actually be at Milwaukee, and it is. I don't know if I'd have time to do that flight. It's a Friday, too. That's like the worst time. For me, there's a Little Rock. There's actually 2 going to Little Rock, because I think the other one was one I wanted. Yeah, see, that's 18 hours, and this one's only 10 hours. So I'll probably have the person that Nicholas Reed flew that over there. So I'll probably have them take that down there. They should be able to fit that in. KLIT 8,200 feet. I'll have him fly that over there. Let me check. We're at Birmingham. I can't remember if there's one. I thought there was one at Birmingham, but I could be wrong, because I've been looking at several other jobs. Might actually not be there. Birmingham. Yeah, but that's a cheap one to Boston. It's a different Birmingham. Alright, so now we got someone at Birmingham, so we're going to have someone else take that somewhere else. I really don't want to go to Atlanta. Memphis, I don't like that airport anymore. I think we're going to switch out of that sometime. Maybe Air Hauler 2 or something. Something about Memphis that I don't like. Not that it's not that bad. So maybe we'll take it to New Orleans. It's U.S. cities for that, but I really don't want to install that. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Let's take it somewhere else. But we'll check out this landing. And hey, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. And I will catch you guys on the next flight.